So let's say you want to have custom forms. I want you to go into your forms. We're going to open up the Maker Station, and I want to create something that's called conditions. So each of these kids' birthday party, wedding centerpiece, festival, and make and sip, all of these have a different action that I want that customer to take. And the way to do that, you want to go in and name these fields. So I'm going to look at this field and say, okay, this field is called help you. And then when I look at the data values in here, I'm going to look at each one of these values. This is going to be very important. Every single one of these you want to name so that when you come back to this, especially when you start to do flows, you're going to want to know what each of these is. I've just copied that value and I'm going to create what's called a field set. When I go into the field set, so when somebody clicks on, let's say, festival, I want it to take a different action. So I'm going to go into conditions and say, if somebody clicks on festival, that's true. And then when the form, how can I help you? See, help you. Then I want it to have the value of festival. So when they click on that button, it's going to activate this field section. So that's how it works. You kind of have to be really particular about how you drop items into this box. I'm going to save this version right now. Now, if you have multiple actions that they need to take that are very similar, like, for example, all of my parties, they need to know if they have power. I need to know if it's indoors or outdoors. So those might be some components that I put into the field sections of all of them. So you can see when I go into the form, I click festival, there it is. It's all lit up. Okay, so now let's start populating this with some information. So I'm going to go into advanced, and you can add date and time, but quite honestly, I wouldn't really do that in this point because you already have a calendar widget. And so I'm going to name this field set festival. I'm going to go into conditions and saying if festival is checked off when this form is how can we help you, see the help you, is clicked and has the value of festival, then this action will be taken. And you can choose any actions in here. So you just drag and drop the different components into that part of the form. I'm going to save it here. So just click save. And then when I go test it, just refresh the screen. I'm going to click on this. And scroll down. And when I click festival, there, it's lit up. So now I've tested it. I know that that field set is complete. And now I can just click and drag any components that I want into that particular field. So yes, you can do date and time, although you might find something that's a little easier than that because you can use the calendar to do all of that. So I might want to add some different components in here. Like you could see that I've got for the kids party, guest of honor. I want to know for wedding centerpieces, upload a picture. I want to see that. So there's lots of different components that you can put in here. So if I go ahead and click on this for the Maker Station party, if I scroll down and I select kids' birthday party, for example, and I scroll down here, you can see all of the components I've put in here. Guest of honor's first name. If this is a birthday, how old are the participants? For the wedding centerpieces, I can even ask for uploading a picture. If it's a make and sip, I want to know the address. And if it's an indoor or an outdoor festival. So there's lots of different components that you can put into your field set. Gives you a lot of versatility. So that's really powerful. Now that I have the form ready, I'm going to go into calendars because I don't really want to have the calendar in there because the booker can do all the work for me. So I'm going to go into bookers and I'm going to choose my book a party with the Maker Station. And what's really nice about this is I can replace the basic intake form with this form I just created with all of the field sets in place. So I can either embed this code onto the website or I can even give a meeting link to someone. So that gives me a lot of versatility too. Let me show you how that I embed this into the website. This is a really cool thing. So I'm just going to go into the pages in the Maker Station. And then at the bottom, it's going to ask for putting the form here. There's like orange lettering, and you can use the forms that you see with the plus sign on the right-hand side. It says drag and drop custom form here, but I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to use the HTML code because that's what I just grabbed with that embed code. Really simple to do. You just scroll down here, see the custom code, go ahead and click and drag that so the line is horizontal. And then I just copy and paste what I just grabbed from the Booker. I hit save, and I'm just going to delete this wording because I don't need that. And then I save the draft. And I preview the page and scroll to the bottom. And there it is. So the Booker looks really sharp. And then I can select one of these dates. So let's say I want to do a make and take party. It'll give all the dates I'm available. I click on that, chooses a time, hits confirm. And it says 2-hour party, Saturday, March. Put in my information. There's my field sets working. So everything is in place. For each one, it has a different action. And then I could just fill all of this information in. It gets so granular. That's what's really nice about this is I can not only choose the date and the time of the party, but I can really know what this guest really wants for their party.